Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Ahdurin region. I am your host, Ahdurin himself. Welcome to the end of 2023. This is going to be one of those episodes. Episodes? This isn't even an episode thing. This is going to be one of those occasional videos I do that ends up looking like a podcast episode with random gameplay in the background. So, though actually, this random gameplay a little important, which we'll talk about a little bit later. But for now, of course, if you would like to, I think algorithmically it's best if you have this on your screen as the quote-unquote active tab, but since when have I ever cared about the algorithm? So if you want to supplement the fact that you want to go do something else, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and just have this in the background. So this is the end of 2023. Unsurprisingly, for the majority of people, actually for a sizable portion of the population, 2024 has already started when you see this video. But of course, for us here in the U.S., it is right around the evening time, assuming I upload this properly. What a year it has been, and I think that's where I want to start this off. This channel, oh man. First off, I want to thank you. I want to thank everyone that's listening, that's watching, that's supporting, because this channel kinda did a big boom, which is wild for me to think about because it feels like this. I've had this, 1,000 subscriber plus thing for a while now. And it feels like, I've had this for a long time. It's been a 1,000 subscribe channel for ages. But no, that was this year. That was earlier this year, actually. And I'm trying to pull up the numbers as well to see if I can. Gosh, I have no idea how to do my own analytics. Let's see. I want to see 2023. I want to check subscribers. Yeah, it says it is over 999% more subscribers than last year, which makes sense, of course. Because golly, I think this channel at the start of the year was maybe at 150 subscribers, and I'll be honest, this channel, and I want to keep it this way because otherwise I feel like it might get too much of a job. Right, I maybe not. I'm not sure how that works. But ultimately, this channel, I think from the start, beginning now, is effectively, and this is the way I've approached it, is sort of like a video diary of the games that I play. That's ultimately the end goal of what I want this channel to be. It's not necessarily me creating fantastic ideas or, going above and beyond or below or anything like that. Because as of this point, of course things can change, but as of this point, I stand by the idea that I don't think YouTube is going to be a job for me. Now, of course, if 2024 ends up as a year where this turns into a, 100,000 subscribed channel or something, and you can pay bills and be comfortably living and all that sort of stuff, then of course things might change. But for my reasonable expectations, I don't know. It's probably unlikely that'll be the case, especially with the type of content I make, which is very old school YouTube of episodic releases, occasional challenge videos that makes the algorithm not really like the lack of consistency. So I we'll see how it is, but I'm not sure if that's necessarily the case. But at the end of the day, this is a video diary channel where I just post the episodes of the games that I'm playing almost for my own benefit, just so that I can look back and say, oh, I remember this time I did this thing with this channel and this idea. Because this channel, I think, stems from a couple of different things. One, it's cool to post YouTube videos. I'll be blunt about that. Two, it's cool to share with various different people that have had maybe similar ideas or maybe could have the same type of interest that I do. But ultimately, this channel really boils down to one minor detail, which is that because Pokemon games have been part of my life for so long, it's good because it's a thing that's been part of my life for so long. But as a result, there's so many Pokemon memories that some of the earliest ones I don't have a perfect recollection of. Like, I may have mentioned this previously on here, or maybe a podcast episode, which, by the way, we can talk about that a little bit later if you're interested. But the very first Pokemon game, main series game that I ever played was Pokemon Diamond. And I played through that game. It was a weird gameplay because it was, it's the first time playing through. I'm half a dozen years old or whatever, less than 11-ish. I'm pretty sure. And I went through the game not realizing, oh yeah, maybe it's smart to have multiple different Pokemon with various different type effectiveness. No, I said Empoleon go Burr and then worked it out from there. But I do not, to this day, I don't think I remember the team I used that eventually beat Cynthia in that Pokemon Diamond game. I know Empoleon was there. I have a few others that I think I know. Like, I'm pretty sure I had a Graveler. I'm pretty sure I had a Roselia. But I don't have a guarantee about what the rest of that team was. And I casually played through Pokemon Brilliant Diamond, which is a rarity, because I like to have the first playthroughs on this channel because I find that more fun. To have that sort of like first time experiencing thing. That's why the Violet series, I enjoyed that so much, because it was the first time going through. I was going through it without really much of an idea of how everyone else played the game, and I found that more interesting. And the same thing with the Brilliant Diamond and all that sort of stuff. But because I couldn't remember that initial Diamond playthrough, it kind of made it sad, you know, when Brilliant Diamond came out, and I wasn't sure what team I could use for that, because I wanted to redo that original run, but I couldn't remember what that team was. So this diary is almost, if for some reason they make Shining Scarlet or whatever they do in 10 to 15 years, I can look back on this and be like, hey, here's the team I used. Here's where I didn't realize how to evolve into, how to evolve Finaz into Palafin. Here's where Skeledirge kind of just ran the league for a good first couple of first couple of gyms, and so on and so forth. So that's kind of what the channel is designed for, and the fact that over 1,000 people have decided to join me on this journey, and granted, most of that is because of the mystery dungeon challenges that I do, which of course are going to continue, which we'll talk about a little bit later. It's still fantastic to see that you haven't, I say they as if you're not listening, that you haven't thought, oh, you know what, the more content is the regular stuff, so I'll unsubscribe. But the fact that so many of you have stuck around all the same, and have watched the other mystery dungeon challenges that I've done, either the previous ones like the Explorers of Sky Metronome challenge, or the ones I did afterwards, like the Double Chikorita run, the Blue Rescue Team Explosion run, the Team Skull run, so on and so forth. I greatly appreciate the fact that all of you have checked that out, and the fact that the big challenge videos that I've done, all of them have over the number of subscribers. So that means that, theoretically speaking, all the subscribers that have watched this channel for those Pokemon challenges have watched these videos, right? Because there's always that fear that, you have one video that goes boom, and then everything else just kind of busts out afterwards. But no, people are still watching the Pokemon challenge videos, even though they aren't regular uploads, even though they don't happen all the time, and I greatly appreciate that. So that was a 7-minute monologue to basically say thank you. There's a lot more into this video, do not worry. 2023, I'm going to do a little recap of how the year went. We got monetized here, which is always a plus, because that makes it slightly more impactful. Paying rent and all those fun things is slightly easier, thanks to YouTube. The big things I want to talk about, though, the over 1,300 of us, nearly 12 to 1,300 people that have subscribed to the channel. Thank you so much, because it does mean a lot for the subscriptions to count. The views, the fact that we've nearly reached 100,000 views this year. I think the channel probably hit 100,000 in recent time periods, if I had to guess, based on the fact that this year it was 98.8K. So I feel fairly confident. We had 1.2K views across all the other videos I've done in prior years, so that's a blast as well. And the fact that everyone's been sticking around and watching and listening and wanting and talking in the comments and everything like that. I do read every single comment. I respond to 95% of the comments that are there, even as little as a heart. Usually, if I can think of a comment immediately, I respond with that comment. Otherwise, I just put the heart there. Which is such a cool thing, and people have been watching like the Pokemon Conquest videos and the Violet playthrough, the DLC that's going on right now, which it truly does mean a lot. So thank you very much for 2023. Let's talk about 2024 and the videos I have planned, because oh boy, do I have some plans. First off, we're going to be continuing this little thingy thing that we've been going through for a while. So 2 videos a day going forward, until either the Pokemon Violet DLC is completed or the Pokemon Conquest series is completed. I post one of each every day, with the exception of Saturdays, which is usually my big video day. It's loosely challenges. What that's going to be in the future, we'll talk about in a second. But it seems like, based on how trends are going and the way that I've been playing through it, the Violet DLC might end first. They're both kind of winding down in the same sort of area. Kind of depends on how quickly it takes for me to get Conquest done. But it feels like it might be the Violent one first. Who knows, though? At the very least, you can expect that for the next week or two, probably. And then we'll go back to one episode, one series, because that is easier to work with and probably helps algorithmically, but who knows. By the way, I'm just noticing this now. If you want to be a member for the channel, you can do so. There's a membership button right there. There's actually benefits that are listed there and benefits that aren't, which we'll talk about right now. So, challenge videos. They've been sporadic. They've been kind of all over the place. And that's kind of how it's gone for a while, which is how it intended. This ultimately, until this thing, I guess, until this thing becomes a thing that I can't avoid. Like, I take a lot of breaks, as you probably have noticed on YouTube, for a variety of reasons, mostly real-world stuff. But I do not want this to be a thing where I have to announce a break, if that makes any sense. And I know that might not be great for the fans and people that are watching, but ultimately this is just a passion project of me just posting videos when I feel like it. So I want to feel like posting videos, and right now I really do, as you can tell by the sheer volume of stuff that's been uploaded recently. And I still feel like going forward, which leads to this convoluted monologue continuing. I have a big Pokemon challenge thing, not really, but Pokemon Mystery Dungeon content. So, before I begin this, do you guys know who J-Rose is? J-Rose, fantastic Pokemon YouTuber. In fact, real quick, go ahead and pause this right now, go look them up on YouTube, subscribe to J-Rose, because they are great at what they do. And what they do is they do similar like Pokemon run-throughs of main series games. But one thing that they really do, which is really fascinating, is that they are going through Generation 1 of Pokemon Red and Blue. They're going through Generation 1 of Pokemon with every single Pokemon, and effectively doing solo runs with each Pokemon. And they've got this cool tier list. They're trying to like almost speed run through the game to see which Pokemon are best going through Generation 1. So you could see like a Weedle run. So you start off, you change the starter Pokemon to be a Weedle, and then try to beat the game with a Weedle, or Mewtwo, or Goldeen. One of these, maybe not the Goldeen one, I don't know if he's actually done a Goldeen run, but you know, various different Pokemon like that. And this is such a cool idea that I am low-key stealing it. So I apologize, J-Rose, that I'm low-key stealing your idea. If it makes you feel any better, it's not in the main series games. I am doing something very, very similar to this. And in fact, you're watching the first episode of it right now. Right here on the screen is, at least uncut, the first episode of what is titled TBD, but effectively called the Starter Series, where I go through Blue Rescue Team with every single starter combination. And we're going to see which starter combination, with all the rules being the same across the board effectively, which starter combination is actually the best. Because that's something that's up for debate, and speedrun communities have kind of settled on a couple of them depending on how you want to beat the game, what type of run it is, how you want to set it up. I think, I don't know if it's confirmed now that it's like I think it's a Meowth Squirtle combination. I unfortunately don't watch speedruns as much. But at the very least, they've kind of figured out what the best one is, and I kind of want to just do them all here. Some of them are going to be harder than others. This one, for example, as you can tell, I'm working with, here's a slight spoiler for the first one, it's going to be Machop and Trico. I did not choose this on purpose. I didn't choose the partner on purpose. I went through the starter quiz legitimately. I'm just like, okay, let's just see what luck brings me. And the first one I got when I took the quiz was Machop. So I thought, okay, I got to do this for my podcast fans out there, which, by the way, Not a Scratch, a Pokemon Mystery Dungeon podcast, where a couple of friends and I go through like a Dungeons & Dragons game, but Pokemon instead. You can find that wherever you listen to podcasts, Not a Scratch, which, by the way, is actually going to be on YouTube soon. We're going to have a whole dedicated channel and everything in 2024. I'm going to be posting the old episodes, the new episodes, and everything like that. It is an audio-only thing, so you, of course, will need to be okay with that, I suppose. But you can find that, again, next year. There'll be links posted everywhere. But this challenge here, I'm going to be going through this, hopefully going through it throughout 2024. I do not have an upload schedule officially for these yet. I will probably post that in the community tab, but look forward to that because that is going to be consistent Pokemon Mystery Dungeon challenge gameplay, run-through gameplay, speedrun, whatever that ends up being. it's a cool thing, nevertheless. There are other challenges that I'm working on as well. I announced this as part of the charity event that I'm going to be doing a Explorers of Sky 2 Shedinja playthrough. I'm telling you right now, it is difficult. It is a pain. It's hard, but I'm doing it for you because I wanted to. So you can look forward to that sometime soon. And of course, various other Mystery Dungeon things. I'm turning the streams that we did over the summer into videos. In fact, that giant 16.5-hour fully edited Blue Rescue Team run, that's going to get turned into a video. There's another one I did in Explorers of Sky where I changed the starter and partner every half hour. That one's going to get turned into a video as well, among other things. So you can look forward, if you're a challenge person, look forward to that. If you're a gameplay type of person that likes watching the casual gameplay that we do here, Pokemon Violet and Conquest are still going. Both of those are going to continue until we at least beat the main storyline. Once we do, you can expect challenge videos and weird ideas coming from both of those games as well. I kind of make it a policy to, going forward at least, play a game on the channel regularly before challenging it. But I have a couple of ideas for Pokemon Conquest that I'm really excited to do, and I can't wait for you guys to hear them as well. So look forward to that. Look forward to 2024. And all the various different content that'll be coming going forward, the challenges, the Mystery Dungeon things, and all of the fun, exciting stuff about that. And thank you again for a fantastic 2023. We met goals I didn't know I had, and we exceeded them by hundreds of subscribers and thousands of views and everything. So if you want to add to that, you can click the subscribe button, like, comment, all that fun stuff. Actually, please do. If you're still listening to this, I would appreciate it. I kind of yelled in the mic there, and I apologize. If you have anything, any questions, any comments, any ideas, if you just want to say hi, whatever, please leave it in the comment section of this video. I mean, you could leave it on all the other videos as well, but this one in particular, because I want to read your comments. I want to hear what you have to say, especially not just about... I would love, of course, the "Hey, it's been a great 2023" comments, because those are great. I would love those because it makes me feel happy. But also, if you have any genuine questions, make this almost like a Q&A Reddit post in a way. Just toss them in the comment section below. I'm going to answer everything, at least for the next couple of weeks. It's especially with my size. I don't want to get too big where the comments like outpace my ability to catch up to them. But this size is nice, where I can actually interact with everybody that's been listening and watching and commenting and everything like that, which is fun. I mean, don't get me wrong, if this turns into a 10 million subscribed channel, that'd be great. But also having this size has its own benefits. So, because I plan these things out and then immediately forget what my plan is, so I'm probably forgetting some big announcement that you might see in the comments as well, which will probably be in a pinned comment. So thank you, everyone, for listening to this ramble. Thank you for watching whatever this nonsense is. I'm recording this without actually looking at what's happening on the screen, so haha, that's a real funny moment right there. Thank you everyone for listening, for watching, and for supporting. I say this all the time at the end of the episodes, and truly do mean it, especially in this one, as this is the year end, the first big year for this YouTube channel. Let us hope there are many, many more to come. So, thank you everyone for listening, watching, and supporting in any way, shape, or form that you do. And until next time, everyone, take care.